welcome back to my channel. So today's makeup tutorial is on this look, and I have decided to call it the Blood Sugar makeup tutorial because I am using the new Jeffree Star Blood Sugar eyeshadow palette, which is, whoop, dropped it. Looks like this. It's intense, it's full on, it's full of very red kind of shades, and I don't think I've ever done a red makeup tutorial, red and gold, and I'm just using a whole bunch of other Jeffree Star products as well, purely because obviously the eyeshadow palette that I'm using, so I'm using his 24 Karat Pro palette as well. On my lips, I'm using this lipstick from the Christmas collection called Human Nature. So it's a very full-on glam, red, in-your-face makeup tutorial. Very different to what I normally do, right? Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Hello everybody, so I've already done my brows, my foundation, concealer and contour because I wanted to concentrate on the eyes in this video. So first off, I'm applying Urban Decay's Primer Potion in the shade Enigma as my base for my eyeshadow so that nothing moves and it stays in place all day. First, I'm going to be using the 24 Karat Pro palette by Jeffree Star, and I'm using the shade Sarcophagus, and I'm applying that to the brow bone so that I've got a nice ivory kind of shimmery looking shade that looks fabulous. Now I'm using the Blood Sugar palette. Woo! I love this palette, and the first shade I'm using is called Glucose, and I am applying it all over my eyes with the Sigma E40 Tapered Blending brush. Normally, to be honest, I would have done this before the highlighting the brow bone, but I kind of forgot, so generally I would do it the other way around. Then the next shade I'm using is called Tongue Pop, and I'm going backwards and forwards in the crease with a Royal and Langnickel Tapered Blending brush. This is just to build up the transitional shade. It's a lovely kind of buildable orange soda kind of shade. Then I'm using the shade called Cherry Soda, and I'm using exactly the same brush, and I'm going directly into the crease rather than above like I was beforehand. Then I'm using the shade called Fresh Meat, and I blew on the brush a little bit first because it's a very intense shade, as you can see, and I'm going into the outer V area using a Morphe M505 pointed blending brush, and I'm creating an almost cat eye kind of effect. So I'm going to use the same brush as before, no extra product, just to blend upwards so that, as you can see, I've got a very kind of cat eye going on. Now for the lid, I'm using the shade Donut, and I'm applying it all over the lid using a Sigma E60 large shader brush, and I am just packing it on very, very heavily because obviously I want it to be intense and gold. Then I'm using the same brush as before just to blend between the shades. Now I'm using the NYC Liquid Eyeliner, which, as you guys know, is my favorite eyeliner. You can see the foundation I'm using in the video is the Sleek Cream to Powder foundation. I'm using that as my mirror. I've done a separate video on that which will probably come after this one. Now I'm doing my eyebrows, or setting them even, using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel in the shade Chocolate because I always do this after my eyeshadow. Then I'm using NYX's Worth The Hype mascara just to prep my eyelashes, which I always like to do before I wear falsies because it kind of makes them blend into them. And then I'm using the shade Prick, and I'm going into the lower lash line using a M431 pencil brush by Morphe, and then I'm lining my eyes with my Kohl Kajal in the shade Black by Rimmel. Then I'm using Liberace from the Skin Frost palette, and I'm using a MAC 219 brush to apply it to the tear duct. Normally I would use it wet, but I forgot to this time. Now for the eyelashes, I'm using House of Eyelashes Allura light ones. I'm just trimming them down, putting a bit of glue on, and then I'm replacing it with a lash applicator I got from Bourjois. Then I'm just using my normal tweezers to just kind of move them around and kind of keep them in place. Then I'm using Push Up Angel mascara from my lower lash line by Maybelline, which is my favorite lower lash line mascara because the wand is so thin and long. You guys see me use this in every single video. And now my eyes are done. I know it looks funny above one eye, that's just because the lash glue is still wet, so it does dry eventually. Now for the cheeks, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Gradient Blush Kit, and I'm using the shade Vegas, and I'm applying it quite heavily onto my cheeks using a MAC 129 blush brush. It's a gorgeous kind of orangey brown sort of shade. And then back with the Skin Frost Pro palette again, and I am using the shade King Tut, and I'm using a Morphe M310 large fan brush to apply it heavily. Obviously everything in this look is heavy glam. And I'm applying it backwards and forwards on the cheekbones to illuminate my face so that it looks lovely and golden. A little bit on the end of the nose, make sure you blend it out properly, don't go overboard. And then a little bit between the eyes just to create a more defined nose. And then same above your cupid's bow as well, just so that you've got more fuller looking lips when you apply the lipstick. Now I'm just blending it out between the highlight and the blush so that there's no like harsh lines, no extra products being used. Then I use the NYX HD powder in the shade Banana, as I always do, with a Real Techniques brush just to blend it out. Now I'm just softening the look slightly, just using a large fluff brush by Sigma just to tone it down slightly because the cheeks were a bit woo. And then finally for the lips, I'm using Jeffree Star's Human Nature Velour Liquid Lipstick. This is from his Christmas range. I absolutely love this shade. It's like a deep mauvey plum shade. It looks amazing on all skin tones. I think it's gorgeous, and I do believe it is still available. Now to fix my hair, and voila, we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.